Okay, this is going to be a very simple video which we try to find stopwords in a given piece of text and extract them out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a random article from the BBC News. We're just going to pick one of these at random and I'm going to copy paste that into Jupyter, and we're going to try and extract the stopwords from that. We're basically going to try and take the original text, get rid of all these stopwords that don't imply any meaning, they're just commonly used words, and from there we can maybe get down to business with the real words that make sense in the document, the words that actually confer meaning. So I'm going to pick one at random from this set here. I've already had a look at that, that's no good. So let's say protesters shot dead in Nigeria's biggest city. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this section of the BBC News document, and we're going to create a variable here called document, and it's a multi-line string. There we go. So if I then say document there, I can get it to spit out the document. And what I'm going to do is, you can see there's a lot of new line tags here. I think what it might be good to do is actually get rid of those. So what I'm going to do is document.replace. We'll replace all instances of the new line tag with a space. And we'll reset document. So now let's have a look at document, and we see all the new line characters are gone. So that's brilliant. We've got our document object. Let's have a new cell here. Next step here is to actually, so next step, we want to get rid of the stopwords. Before I do that, I see here that because I'm replacing new lines with spaces, we've got some trailing white space characters, so I can actually just call .strip on those and that'll get rid of those. Okay, stopwords onto the core of this. So as always, what we need to do, in my initial cell here, I've created an NLP object, which means that we're loading up a language model using the spacy.load command. We load up the English Core Web Small model, and from there we just close Discord. From there we are going to create a document, a Spacy document object, by passing in the document text, which is this, all the stuff here that we've grabbed from the BBC. We're going to pass that into the NLP function, and that will give us back a document object. We see the text represented there as doc, but actually under the hood this is a Spacy doc object. And as we've seen before, a doc object, it's a sequence of tokens, and a doc is one of the four main containers in Spacy. The main two, I would say, are the doc container and the token container. There's also a span and a 𝗦ci𝗰𝗶 object as well. But for now we've got a document, we want to iterate over the tokens, and we want to extract only words that are not stopwords. That's the purpose of this lesson. So again, just to drive home the point, a document is a sequence, so we can index into it, and it consists of tokens. Now the first token is just a, but if we inspect the type, it's not actually a string, it's a Spacy token object. Okay, so we have our document. Let's now iterate. As it's a sequence, we can iterate over it, so we can say for token and doc, and if token.is, and if we tab over, that's actually not working for me. If token.is stop, we can print the token. And here we get a bunch of the stopwords that are in the article in this particular text. And we can see the first word of the text is a, that's actually a stopword. A number of people have, and from that we get a, of, have. Those are all stopwords in the text. So what we want to do is, we want to actually get the text back. We only want to get the tokens back that are not stopwords. So we can do this. We can set an empty list, and what we can do is we can say if the token is not a stopword, we can append to the list. We'll append the token. and after that we can get a representation that does not have the stop words in it. We see some problems, some irregularities here with the commas and punctuation. We can deal with that separately. In this video we're just going to look at the stop words. So these 4 lines of code will take our original sequence of tokens, the doc object, and it will get rid of all the stop words. We can actually turn that into a one-liner using a list comprehension, and that's going to, let's just say we're going to iterate over the tokens in the document, so we'll call it T for T in, let's say token, call it token for token in doc, if not token dot is stop. So we're taking all the tokens in the document for token in doc, and we're going to return token, but only those that don't that pass this test, only those that pass the test, and the test being that they're not a stop word. So just commenting out this stuff. If I then print tokens, I should get the same result as I got before. You can see it's a slightly different format, but yeah, it looks like the same result. Just to go back there and look at that. Yep, same sort of stuff going on there. Some weird double commas, but we can take care of those in a separate bit of code. This one-liner will extract out all the stop words and give you only the words that actually have the most meaning in the text. So that's a very simple demonstration of how easy it is to do that in Spacy. And how you do it is basically you take your text, you pass it to NLP to get a doc object, and then you can, from that doc object, you can iterate over the sequence of tokens for token in doc, and if the token is not a stop word, and you have access to this on the Spacy token object, there's a property called isStop. If it's not a stop word, we will keep the token. If it is a stop word, we will remove it. It's as simple as that. Alright, any questions, let me know, and thanks for watching.